And it's a good win Saturday night. Say what you want. It's still Detroit's playing hard. 11-2 since Jimmy Butler got there. 11-1 when he actually plays. Also, Curry surpasses the 25,000 point mark. Jimmy finished with 26. That would be his most since joining Golden State. Now, we can get nitpicky here if we want to, because a lot of the wins are over some of the weaker teams. So I wonder, Lou, if that makes it feel this run real, maybe not as real. Like, does that do anything to sort of sway your opinion on the run that they are on?
Nah, this team is the real deal. They're legit. They got a great group of guys that love working with each other, and you add Jimmy Butler to that mix. This is a legitimate team, and that's part of the process as well. When you're playing teams that you're supposed to beat, sometimes you may leave one or two of these out there on the table, and it feels funny. They go out there and they take care of business. With the exception of Dallas and Philadelphia, other than that, they've taken care of business, and even those games were competitive, and they had opportunities to win those basketball games. But no, this doesn't sway me at all when it comes to this Golden State team. I think they're the real deal. It looks like they're getting into the end of the season where you start seeing a lot of your star players taking form, taking shape. And you're seeing it in Steph Curry's play. Like, he's had so many highlights this week of old that we're used to him, the almost half court shot that he makes and what he was doing in Detroit. Like, these are the things that we've become accustomed to seeing Steph Curry do at this part of the year. And so he's putting the league on notice. Everybody's sharpening their tools, getting ready for a deep, deep playoff run. And so that's no different for the Golden State Warriors. I think this team is the real deal.
And this is what just makes the trade deadline so special, right? You have an irritated Jimmy Butler in Miami who clearly wants out, and what team is going to kind of inherit that, take advantage of that, and make it fit? And the Golden State Warriors were the perfect team to do that. They have the talent, they have the infrastructure, and Jimmy Butler I feel if they had to pick one team for him to kind of be on his best behavior, it would be with Steph Curry and Draymond Green and the Golden State Warriors. And he looks happy. He looks like he's given that locker room kind of hope that they are contenders this year. Before this trade, we weren't talking about this team winning a championship. One trade where they acquire Jimmy Butler, they go 11-2 as he plays, and now all of a sudden they're kind of climbing the standings and they're kind of in that contender conversation at least. Sometimes all it takes is just a move like that, just to give you hope, to give you positive vibes going forward. And Jimmy Butler has given both of those things. They're a better basketball team with him. Their defense is much better. Steph Curry has been much better with Jimmy Butler. So I think this is one of the great moves of the trade deadline. You got to, compliment Mike Dunleavy Jr. for him and to kind of take that risk to do it and to lock him up for 2 more years for a lot of money. Was a really, really smart deal, and it seems to be working out so far. So there's a lot of basketball left, and again, we're still kind of in the honeymoon phase right now. Let's see what happens when they lose 4 or 5 in a row, what that locker room is going to look like. But right now, it's all good.
They shuffled the deck, and that's sometimes really all you need. We're going to take a quick break. On the other side, Tim Hardaway Sr. is back. He returns to the show. There he is. He's back. The Hall of Famer is back, joining us now, Tim Hardaway Sr. Tim, we have not spoken to you since the trade that just rocked the entire sports world. So I have to know what you thought of, getting rid of Luka, but then this just spell of bad luck that has happened right after with AD out. Now Kyrie's out. Like, what are you watching and thinking?
Well, first, it did. How y'all doing? How's everybody doing? Everybody's well. And thanks for having me back on the show, Lou and Chandler. Y'all doing a great job. See y'all a lot, and keep up the great work. But no, I tell you this. My son woke me up at 2 a.m. I'm like, what's going on? I said, you all right? You all right? He said, yeah. I said, well, what's wrong? He said, did you see the trade? I said, no, what happened? He said, well, Luka got traded. I said, where? He said, to LA for AD. I said, okay. I said, boy, get off my phone. So I go back to sleep, and I'll wake up and I'll look at it tomorrow. But yeah, it shocked the world. I think it shocked, it took Luka a minute to register it and to come out of his shell. I think his first 2 games, he was like, wow, I'm in a new uniform. I'm in a new city. I'm playing for a new team. I just bought a house, got it made in Dallas. I thought I was going to be there for the rest of my career, and all these things going on through his mind. And, he's in LA, but, he made it work. JJ Redick made it work. LeBron and the team made it work, and they making it work. And they playing well, even though LeBron went down. You got to see what they're going to do against, championship teams. And they went up there. I think they played well. Just the other guys didn't shoot the ball well. They just didn't have a collectively good game like they've been having for 8 or 9 games in a row when they played the Boston Celtics. But the Boston Celtics does that to you. They get you out of character. They make other people make shots, make other people play, and they play physically. And that's the way they play because they're a championship team. But with Dallas, that's tough. That's just tough. Kyrie going down. AD going down. And I agree with a lot of people. You know what? We're not going to make the playoffs this year. I don't want to be in a play-in game this year. Let's just shut everybody down for the rest of the season and everybody come back new, fresh, ready to play 100%, even though they're not going to have Kyrie. They're not going to have Kyrie for the first, probably, half of the season next year.
Yeah.
So they come back fresh and everybody could be 100% except him, and and they can make do until he comes back. I think they'll be all right next season.
Tim, let me ask you this: you mentioned your son, and obviously this trade shocked the whole world. When my boy told me, I had the same reaction. He was like, "Shut up! Like, this is not true." Tim played with him for 6 years. Was he surprised? Like, was he as shocked as us? Because you hear the murmurs about the personality stuff, the hookah, the beer, which everyone has their vice. I'm the last one to judge. But was your son just being there for 6 years? Was he as surprised as everyone else?
Yeah, he was very surprised, just like everyone else. And I think Jason Kidd was surprised also. I don't think it was a Jason Kidd, the GM, Nico Harris, or Michael Finley decision. I think this was just strictly the owner's decision. And I think what we're going to find out down the line, it's a business decision on their part, which is messed up for the Dallas fans. So it's, Kornheiser said it the other day, hopefully they won't move the team to Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Can't imagine.
And you mentioned it a few weeks ago. You said that Luka is never going to change, and LeBron ain't changing them. Considering the success that they've had collectively, I know you were speaking to some of the habits or who he is as a player. You can expand on that for me, OG.
I tell you this, I think JJ Redick has sat Luka down and said, listen, you can't pound the ball for 24 seconds. You can't pound the ball for 15, 20 seconds. You got to get other people involved quicker. You got to make your move quicker. You got to pass the ball to the open shooter quicker because a split second, this, Lou, and Chandler, a split second can take away your shot, your routine, and ready to shoot the ball. If you're ready to shoot the ball and that ball's supposed to be right there, and he's a point guard, that ball's supposed to be right there. He wait 1 or 2 seconds later, you out of rhythm.
Out of rhythm, yeah.
And that's what I think JJ Redick has talked to him. I think he said, look, you need to get off the ball a little bit more. He's been getting off the ball, and he's put LeBron in kind of like the 5 spot, the dunker spot, where he is other teams are not used to LeBron being at. And he devised a way to make everything work. And I see it. And he got the team playing really, really good, hard defense. We're going to pick up full court. We're going to be in your face. Jokic, if you saw it, it started with Jokic in Denver. We're not going to let you run freely. We're going to stay right in front of you. We're going to make you move and change directions. And they've been playing like that when they won, like 8 in a row. So I see JJ Redick. And I like what JJ Redick is doing. JJ Redick going there and saying, look, if I'm going to get fired, I'm going to get fired the way I want to run the team. I'm not going to get fired the way you all want me to run the team as a team. So he's going in there and doing it his way, and he feels that. And he got some great, great, great assistant coaches. Then and McMillan and Bob Byer and who else is it? Brooks. And the young.
I just said Scotty Brooks.
Yeah. So, he got some really, really good assistant assistant coaches that were head coaches. He listening to them, but he's implementing. And I'm gonna tell you this: way back in the back, he be calling Stan Van Gundy because that's his boy, that's his guy. And I know Stan is giving him a lot of information about what it needs to be done, how he needs to do it. So he's been listening.
Love that.
Tim, I got to ask you about this MVP race we got going right now because we got a good one. I think he's kind of running away with it a little bit. They faced off yesterday. He had 40, but then Jokic is just sneaky dropping 30, 20, and 20 for the first time ever. Right now, you have a vote. Who is the MVP and why?
Well, when I saw Jokic for the very first time up in person a couple of weeks ago against the Detroit Pistons. And I tell you this, man, it's worth your money to watch him play. It's worth paying to go watch that guy play, man. I mean, how he plays and the way he plays the right way. You can't get him off beat. You can't get him off stride. He going to play for his team. He's not playing for himself. He's going to make the right play. He's going to shoot the ball. He's played confident. And he gives that – without Joker, it wouldn't be a Denver Nuggets team. It wouldn't be a Denver Nuggets team. But if I had a vote right to that, SGA, no question, SGA. The way he plays, how he plays, did y'all? I don't know if y'all saw the stutter step, the stop, then go yesterday and lay it up. Then he paused again and shot a three. That's how you got to play the game. You got to mix it up, and he mixing it up, and he's scoring at a high clip, at a very high clip, and you could tell he's very confident. He's saying that, he want to win games. It's all about W's, all about W's, all about W's. Yeah, it's all about W's, but he wants that MVP. He wants that MVP, and he sees it in his sight, and it's right there. All you got to do is keep playing the way you playing, keep having your team to play the way they play with a lot of confidence. Defensive wise, they in your face, they up in you, they blocking shots. I think they was missing Chet Holmgren a little bit, rim protector, long body. The way he passes the ball, the way he sees the floor is a plus. So I think that they gonna come along, but SGA, that'd be that's my vote.
Lou's happy, likes to hear it. Recently, you made a little news.